Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Drew Wild. Today we are talking about DoorDash rolls out new delivery robot Dot. People are already joking about destroying it. So Tony Xu decided to go against his initial interview not too long ago and released this delivery robot, the DoorDash Dot, which is just an interesting name in itself, but nevertheless. That said, there is a lot of talk about this online, and it is a lot more physical than I thought it was, which is actually very interesting considering the hate that a lot of drivers get. So I'm very intrigued to see how this goes. So with that said, we are talking about everything that is being said in this article, how it actually is for DoorDash, Uber Eats, and Grubhub drivers and customers, and Dots, apparently, and everything in between. So with that said, let's get started. DoorDash unveiled Dot on Tuesday. It's a new autonomous delivery robot promising to reshape neighborhood deliveries in Arizona. The announcement online was quickly met with skepticism, ridicule, and even threats of violence. You know, it's interesting that they even released this already. Like, they already brought it out. But Tony Xu was literally saying that he was specifically concerned about the end user experience being that it's not like rideshare where you go to the vehicle to enter the vehicle and have it drive you, right? That's not happening here. The reality is that somebody's trying to order food and get to this robot relatively quickly. And when the customer is expecting it at their door and not going all the way out to their driveway, that ruins the user experience for a lot of people. In fact, this might actually increase the food anxiety that a lot of DoorDash drivers have. Like, think about it like this. A DoorDash driver in an unmarked vehicle can go up to your house, leave a bag at the door, take a picture, and you leave. You can then come out and quickly open the door and bring the food in. Very few people are going to notice that. Maybe the fact that there's an unusual vehicle entering the neighborhood, but outside of that, not really. But now you have the problem to where a food delivery robot with DoorDash's name on it is driving through your neighborhood, probably slower than a normal driver would. People are going to notice this bright red robot driving around, and for obvious reasons, so it doesn't get hit by a car. And then it's going to expect you to go out to it, pick up the order, and then bring it inside. That's insane. That's an unreasonable expectation here. Some restaurant workers said they won't participate in the rollout, while critics mocked the idea by recalling America's history of destroying similar robots in public. It's interesting that restaurant workers are saying that they won't participate in the rollout, because there's a lot of restaurants that discriminate against gig workers, but they will discriminate harder against robots. That's an interesting note there. Now, in terms of destroying the robots in public, I feel like that's inevitably going to happen. I've seen videos of homeless people breaking into these robots. I've seen videos of cars hitting the robots. I've actually had a live stream where we actually talked to somebody who stacked one robot on top of another, which was so funny, and that was actually featured in one of our previous hilarious clips videos hosted on the Gone Wild live clips and podcast. You can check that out there. The link is going to be in the description. That's where we take all our live streams, cut them down to more digestible clips, and have them posted up there. So this is not going to go as well as they think it's going to, and they already thought it wasn't going to go well. Meet DoorDash's robot, Dot. The popular delivery app DoorDash promises in a press release that it will accelerate local commerce, starting in cities of Tempe and Mesa, Arizona. Let's note the word accelerate for a second. Reaching speeds of up to 20 miles per hour. Dot is built for neighborhood trips to help local businesses meet growing consumer demand. Its all-electric design is right-sized for local delivery, helping reduce congestion and emissions, and resulting in fewer cars on the road and safer streets, the statement reads. Reaching speeds of up to 20 miles an hour, which means it can't go faster, but it's more likely to go slower, which means it's probably tripling or even quadrupling your wait time already. The all-electric part to reduce emissions, I wonder how much the environmentalists are gonna bitch about how long it's taking for their delivery to come through. Because the same people that are so for the concept of getting their food as quickly as possible are also going to be getting it slower, but in an environmentally friendly way. I wonder where that disconnect is going to be for those people. Like, once convenience starts being more inconvenient, will they stop using DoorDash? I'm very curious. Also, resulting in fewer cars on the road and safer streets. I've seen people hit these little machines before. Like, these things get stuck in the middle of the road so often. How can you call it safer? In fact, in a lot of cases, they just get stuck on the road, or they hit a wall, or somebody hits it with something. I don't know if safer is the word, and it's probably just going to be in the way at some point. Dot is designed for secure, agile handoffs that integrate seamlessly into merchant operations while ensuring a smooth and reliable experience for consumers. Secure. These machines get broken into so often. Agile. The customer has to take more steps to get their food, and it's not exactly a fast experience, as opposed to somebody just dropping off their food and walking away. Integrating seamlessly into merchant operations. Now those merchants have to go outside, load the machine, and send it out, as opposed to the opposite, where the person who is delivering the food would go into the restaurant and deliver the food, or to drop it off, we just left it at the door, took a picture, walked away. Now the customer has to go all the way down from their apartment complex, go all the way from the top floor to the ground floor, pick up their food, and go back up. The first handicapped person is going to bitch about that, I promise. In 2024, DoorDash spent over $1 million to keep Seattle's minimum wage law from applying to app delivery drivers. Combine this with the automation hate so fierce that people are calling AI and robots clankers as a slur, and you can accurately predict how people are responding to this news. Now, say what you want about robots and AI outside of DoorDash. I will let you have that decision to yourself. DoorDash would rather do anything and everything except pay people what they're worth. Like, they would rather spend so much money on robotics rather than just pay somebody a little bit more just to make sure that they're surviving at the end of the day. And not to mention, DoorDash has earned a lot of hate to begin with without the robot deliveries. Now you have AI chat support that has earned people getting angry, and you put your logo on the side of a machine. You don't think that's going to become a moving target? Come on. DoorDash announces free food distribution program. As the announcement reached X, users swiftly panned the idea. Many recalled what Americans have done to similar robots found on their streets. Pro-labor account Fuck You I Quit predicted that this is never going to work well here. They included an image depicting the fate of Hitchbot, a Canadian hitchhiking robot when it reached Philadelphia. It's not pretty. I dare DoorDash to start this program in Philadelphia. Are you kidding? The robot pulls into Philadelphia, joked Papa Luigi 77 with a gif of an iconic moment from Inglourious Bastard. Why is there so much Philadelphia memes here? I don't think this would work in any part of the country, but Philadelphia specifically? Really? Rockminadis wrote, they tried to make this look like a cute, tiny European car in an attempt to stop me from hitting one of them with my car. Won't work. I feel like they made it red like that so that way people can see it easier and it fits well with their brand. To me, it just looks like a Target. DoorDash has earned so much hate for just how they treat drivers and how they treat customers and how they pit drivers and customers against each other. And now they have a mutual hate for something. And now they're putting themselves in the middle of that hate, that now that's what's going to happen to them. How many of those customers and drivers are actually going to have the balls to do something about it? To be determined, but enough for it to make waves, to say the least. Others simply cannot picture restaurant workers dealing with Dot, especially the workers themselves. As a restaurant worker, I can could tell you there's no way in hell I'm going outside to load it with food, said Turtle Song Farm. Not gonna happen. Yeah, you see, that's exactly what I'm talking about. There are restaurant workers that would rather fight the idea of working with these robots and work with gig workers that they have notably hated for a long time, by the way. There's a lot of people that hate DoorDash drivers specifically, and now they are outright saying, no, I'd rather not add more to my workload by allowing you to send these robots in. Not gonna happen. Potential customers are going beyond promising avoidance all the way to violence. First clanker that tries to deliver me food is getting absolutely wrecked, wrote CM Reichman. DoorDash announces free food distribution program. Cracked Tatir. I see what you did there. This is my opinion. It's worth what you pay for it. None of you pay me. There you go. DoorDash took such a 360 approach to this whole thing, by the way. They went from putting so much money into making these robots work, to making the drones work, to now saying, maybe it's not as good as we thought it was, and losing confidence in that way. And then a month later, sending out their own robots. Like, what the heck is that? Was that part of the plan, by the way? Like, was that part of the plan to be like,
oh, I don't know if this is gonna work. Like, there's a lot of problem with the end user experience.
And then a month later, you go back on your word on that subject, not to mention how many views you ended up getting to it. So it's like marketing without marketing. So it's like free marketing to you at that point because so many people are talking about it. I feel like that's how DoorDash grew. Like, they've earned so much hate to where they were marketed more. Then they've lied multiple times. We've caught them in that lie multiple times, but they were still successful at the end of the day. I can't imagine this working. I don't know why there are so many Philadelphia-based memes on the subject, but it's still so funny. But I think the most interesting note here is how, regardless of the discrimination against gig workers, regardless of the hate against gig workers, the hate for gig workers is still less than the hate for robots, the hate for AI. I don't think AI is all that bad in terms of like ChatGPT or something like that. Normal people can use it and it's an affordable tool. But at the same time, I get why people feel like their jobs are being replaced over and over again. And now people are just uprising on the subject. Have they not been to Hollywood and see how this actually goes, or how it would go in these situations? Because this is the reality of it. This is what people are doing. Like, I've made so many videos on these robots, even though they do so poorly online. Regardless, this would also mean in the Arizona area, or really any DoorDash platform, or really any delivery platform, that the robots are coming. And that is why it is so important to start to diversify your gig portfolio, to have multiple gig apps available, because maybe they're not replacing all of the orders, but enough of the orders to be like, okay, well, now there's less of an order pool and there's less demand for food delivery drivers. Why don't I start to diversify into grocery delivery or catering delivery? That's something that can't just be done with food. How about last mile delivery, pharmacy, medical? All of these things are possible. But what about developing an exit strategy? Remember, the gig economy is an income bridge to what would be a long-term goal and not simply the goal. That means you would have to invest into yourself in a way that would actually create an income independent of your activity. Maybe that is investing into stocks. Maybe that's investing in real estate. Maybe that's going deeper into the gig economy and building your own delivery service provider. All of these are options. And if you're looking to develop your own delivery service provider, make sure to check out our Build Your Own Delivery Service Provider course. Not the cleanest transition, relax. I partnered with experienced professionals to create a step-by-step guide to create a six-figure earning business in as little as 90 days. The course is going to guide you to create your own business entity and foundation, methods to source restaurants and drivers with game-changing opportunities, work with top-of-the-line seamless technology for drivers and merchants, and resources and done-for-you contracts to protect you financially. You will also have access to high-level professional guidance to help you build your business foundation and support you as your business reaches greater heights. Check the link in the description and get started on transforming how businesses serve customers and how gig workers will get greater opportunities with you. We are excited and looking forward to helping you secure your financial future. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe. Check out my website, DrewandWyld.com, if you'd like to learn some more about the services and gig platforms that we have talked about in the past and are offering to gig workers today. And check out my Patreon for more exclusive clips and full-length live stream replays, as well as other membership perks for self-employed individuals who want to grow and scale their business. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.